Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well and you had a lovely weekend. So today we're going to continue with Learning Unit 3 in this first session. And then in the second session, we're going to start with Learning Unit 4. Then on Thursday, you've got LAC. I'm going to still communicate exactly what you need to do. It's going to be an ICE task, which will be based on Learning Unit 3 and what we've covered in Learning Unit 4 today, in order to get you guys to start practicing the questions and so forth. Okay, so before we start with Learning Unit 3, let's quickly these are the learning units. We discussed in the previous session what VAT is and how the system works. And then you had for homework where you had to compare the VAT system with the GST system, which was question 3.1. And then we talked about what is standard rated, zero rated, exempt supplies and non-allowable items. We talked about the two tax bases and then what a valid tax invoice was versus a abridged tax invoice. And then there were different source documents that you guys had to go read through. We didn't discuss that in detail. And then we started discussing what is the basic VAT calculations, how to perform the markup calculations. Now, with the questions we're going to focus on today, we're going to look at your basic VAT calculations as well as your accounts, where they go to, and we're going to touch on markup calculations as well. So that's what we're going to focus on in this session. Now, let's just quickly recap. So in the previous session, we said there's three types of taxable supplies. You remember the one is standard rated, which is 15%. And then you've got zero rated, which is 0%. And then you've got the exempt supply. So that's something that does not have any VAT on it. Okay, now zero rated, we pay €0 VAT on it, but it is a percentage. So please bear in mind when you explain the difference between zero rated and exempt supplies. Zero rated is tax levied at 0%, whereas exempt supplies is no VAT has been levied on that product. That is how you differentiate your definition. Otherwise, me as the marker won't be able to distinguish if you understand the difference between the two. So never in your exam or test write for zero rated that there's no VAT levied on it. Just said it's VAT levied at 0%, and then you'll get the marks. Then the VAT calculation, one of the important things when you do the VAT calculations, you need to look out for, is it VAT inclusive? Is it exclusive of VAT? So remember to make a mental note when you do your question, go read. Highlight it to make sure you're working with the correct fraction or formula, which is either over the 115 or the 100, depending on whether your amount includes VAT or excludes VAT. And then you have to look at whether they're asking you to work out the amount including VAT, excluding VAT, or in this case, do they only want you to calculate the VAT component? And we did a question in class on last week where we've actually discussed how to calculate the VAT, but we'll look at it again today. So don't worry if you were unsure about something. Yes, I see I've got a question. Okay, so if they have a problem with the link, just tell them to log out and click again, and then they should be able to get back in. Are you guys using the link I sent this morning on email? Okay, so try the link. I sent an announcement out this morning that has the link in it. Is that the link they're using, or are they looking on Blackboard Collaborate for their link?